Hey everybody, happy Friday. This is Mr. Cadenhead. It is the Friday before Labor Day, so I want to give you a couple things to think about over the weekend. Remind you also that Monday's a holiday and it is well deserved. Not only for our students, who you guys have been doing a great job of connecting and getting your stuff done, and I know that you've had a significant increase in the amount of expectations lately, but also for our staff and especially our teachers who have worked really hard to get us up and going these first 3-4 weeks. So well deserved 3-day weekend, and reminder that we start back Tuesday with a regular Tuesday. So we just skip Monday next week, and we're right back on schedule Tuesday through Friday of next week. So I also want to give you guys a look. You can kind of see this as I walk through. Last year, if you guys are not freshmen, you guys saw this career and technical education building, and our science lab is now complete. And so as I walk through here, this is our new science lab connected to our CTE building. This actually has an instructional section and a lab section. It is a huge room. It is beautiful. This is all Measure G money and grant money that our district worked really hard to put together for you guys to have these facilities. And the other side of this building, when we walk through the hall, which we'll be using when we come back together here, hopefully sooner rather than later, the other side of this hallway, this is out here by the portables. Those of you who are saw the construction going on last year, here's our new manufacturing classroom. And then when we walk through this door, we're going to have 3 labs. We're actually going to have a manufacturing lab, a metals lab, welding lab, and then a wood lab. And this just gives you an idea right here of the manufacturing lab and what this looks like. Okay, as you look around, we've got milling machines and lathes, and they were out here calibrating, getting these things ready to go for our product innovation design manufacturing class that Mr. Bias teaches when he gets back. Also probably will be accessible to our project Lead the Way courses, and possibly, not sure how it will cross over with our civil and architectural engineering, and our AP sciences, but it's a pretty cool space. So in addition to this, I want to talk to you guys just a little bit today about something that's starting to come up a little bit more. I know that on a weekly basis, I remind you guys the importance of balance in your lives. I've heard in the 1 through 5 that you guys do on Wednesdays, I've seen and read a lot of students mentioning where they are with balance, and that's important to them, and striking that right balance so that they're happy, right? Not just that they're doing well in school, which is extremely important, but that they're doing well in their personal lives, that they're finding time to spend with friends and family. Again, we call it PDF, which is playtime, downtime, family time. It's really unstructured, unscheduled. Do we have time in our lives to do what we want, whether that's skateboard or watch movies or walk the dog or hang out with friends or whatever it may be, but that's spend time with our families, kayak, bicycle, whatever you want to do. But that's that PDF that we talk about, and finding the time for that really for us is part of, not all of, but it's certainly part of and an important part of striking balance in our lives. One of the things that is happening now, and I just want to reflect on this with you guys, is it used to be, as we think about this in traditional school, that we would be in school for about 7 hours a day, right? From about roughly 8 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon, most of us. So 7 hours a day in. And our student body, again, reports that they do on average about 2.5 hours of homework per night. So 7 in, 2.5 hours out. We flipped that model on you guys now, which makes it really challenging. So right now you're spending 3 to 3.5 hours on a Tuesday through Friday in class, and Mondays is about 2 hours. And it's flipped because the rest of the time you're spending on independent learning. And I think the challenge with that really, as we talk about balance, finding the right balance, striking that right balance, is that none of us really know traditionally what that looks like. What we want as educators for you is to make sure that you don't get behind, right? That you get the content that you need, that you're prepared, college and career ready, to move on and be successful in whatever you choose to do, whether it's that's the next course that you take, or whether that's moving on to college or training or the military or whatever you choose to do. It's super important to us, and I know it's important to your parents, that you're ready. So we need to push and make sure that we have high expectations as always. But we also need to stop and reflect and say, where are we with that balance that we're of our expectations? Where are you guys with the balance in your lives during this time that's highly unusual for all of us, keeping in mind that most people are obviously learning from home, and many teachers are teaching from home. So the struggle with that, I think, is we have 2,600 students, and balance is very, very personal, right? It's different for me than it is some of my colleagues or family members or my students, right, that I'm in class with. For every single one of you, the correct balance in your life is very personal to you. You're in charge of that. You know that better than anybody else. You know where you are with your mental and physical health. You need to find and draw that line, and it's something that we talk a lot about as we approach registration every single year, as we often have students who are really one past happy. They're that one course, that one AP, that one honors past happy. And we don't want you to be one past happy. We want you to find that line, push yourselves, achieve, but not at the risk of your happiness, and certainly not at the risk of your health. So that's a lot. And here we are going into or coming out of almost week 4 of distance learning with a lot of changes that have been on our plate. And we've got a long way to go for the year at least, hopefully not too long to go with distance learning, but we want to stay dialed into you guys. If you want to give us feedback, please do. Don't be afraid to email your teachers, email your counselors, email your administrator, email me. Reflect those thoughts on your 1 through 5 when you do those on Wednesdays, which you guys have done an amazing job of, okay? So keep letting us know where we are, and we'll adjust to try to find that balance, right? So thank you for all the feedback that you've given us. Keep doing that. Hang in there, guys. I know it's a huge switch, but it's important to your future. It's important to your health also right now. So let's see. Again, happy Labor Day weekend. I hope everybody's healthy and happy, doing well. Find a little bit of time for yourselves and your family over the weekend. And as always, read a good book without pictures. Have a passion for something positive. Tell your family that you love them. And our keyword is balance. Have a great weekend.